Gervonta Davis. He'll go head-to-head against Yordenis of that co-main event. And then our main event of the evening, Yordenis Ugas, the backyard of Errol Spence.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Good to see you, my man. Shawn. When you was a
Lorraine?
Yeah, Lorraine, Ohio, man.
Yeah,
you know what's up, man? Yes.
Yeah.
I saw your dad in California recently. He's like, oh, he gave me a big hug and everything. Yeah, I remember you. I was like, I didn't think you would, man.
Yeah, good to
and
see
you remember me, man. So, wow, man, that's cool, man. Good to see you, brother, man. Wow, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
Oh, my
Thank
God.
you, man. Thank you.
Love watching you, man.
Thank you.
You did great.
Thank you.
So Shawn,
What is this? I came too early.
What do you think? You fought Spence, you fought Ugas?
I think this is a great fight. Everybody, you guys don't want to hear that, but that's the truth.
It is a great fight.
Like, that's the truth.
Winner will have all the belts on.
I know, but like, you guys want to know, well, Shawn, you fought them both. Like, who's got the more power, and who's stronger, and who's faster, who's got the better game plan, and better boxer, so on and so forth. I think styles make fights, and we're gonna have a classic case right here of styles making fights. The cool thing I like is that I think Ugas has thrown a little wrinkle in his game, and I'm curious to see what Ugas comes to the ring on fight night. You know,
what wrinkle in? Yeah.
What's that?
Which
I don't
Ugas
know.
is the best?
Which Ugas is the best?
Yeah, to come in the fight night.
So when I say of course I'm speaking about the Ugas that fought Pacquiao. That Ugas is different from, I would say, any Ugas we've seen before that. That Ugas added more boxing. Was very selective with his punching. Didn't wait too long. Didn't get out hustled by Manny or anything like that at all. He was very smart and picked his moments very, very well. And I think that while Errol is a different boxer, Errol is not Manny Pacquiao. Errol is not going to fight in spurts, or at least we don't expect him to. I think that while, in my personal opinion, the Ugas that fought Pac is the better Ugas of the two, I think it's going to take a mix of both to beat Errol. Guys, don't forget, I said it's going to take everything that I have to beat Errol Spence, and that included boxing him from the outside and fighting him on the inside. Clearly, clearly Ugas can do that, you know.
If he counters him the way he did Manny, do you think it's stylistically better for him?
To start?
Yeah.
To start?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, again, we're talking about EJ, and we're talking about Derrick James. Derrick James is going to see what's going on, and he'll say, all right, do this, do that. And Errol Spence is going to implement the game plan and also the adjustments. So that's why I think this really is. It's one of those great fights. You know, there's been fights in the past where I really didn't want to make predictions because to me it didn't matter who won. I think at the end of the night it was going to be a great night.
What do you think is maybe underrated or overlooked about Yordenis, Shawn?
He showed speed in the fight with Manny. I think maybe that, if anything, that's overlooked. And I think that probably because of Silas, they worked on the jab. He didn't have the jab that he when he fought Manny. He didn't have that jab when he fought me. I think that he's definitely, his boxing skills have come a long way. I think that the intelligence that we saw against Manny, I don't think that was by accident. I think that was, again, Silas implementing game plan, but also you have to go out there and be effective with the game plan. So I'm hyped for this.
Yeah. And just last one from me, Shawn. Is this you like you said, the speed, the power, the strength, but you know, Brook was the one guy on paper as big as Errol was, but that was coming off Triple G. Is this the freshest and strongest full-fledged welterweight Spence is going up against?
Since me? Yeah, since me. And probably one of the biggest and strongest, in the weight class. Yep.
Think smartest, most skilled also, just given his amateur background?
No. I think that Silas has helped his boxing come a long way, and has I think that Yordenis has intelligence as a fighter, but I think it was based around his way of fighting with that shell boxing style. I think now Silas has opened him up more and, helped him use the whole arsenal.
Only met the size because he's equal in height. Yeah. You definitely had the strength like Errol.
Yeah, I mean, size never meant anything for me in the ring, but, when you got a guy that's straight on looking you now and you haven't really had that consistently, they're smart down there in Texas. They know to get everything in front of Spence before this fight, so. it's gonna be a great one.
Thanks, Shawn.
I'm a fan of Yordenis because he's a really good person, and you know, for me that goes a long ways, goes beyond the boxing. So before getting in the ring with him, I could see his passion. I could see his desire to be exactly where he is right now. So it's one thing to fight against a guy, but then, you know, game recognize game, real recognize real, and outside of the ring, I recognize he's a really good person. So I just really wanted to come see him today. And I didn't know y'all were going to be here until yesterday, so I was like, all right, whatever.
What would you rank out of all the people you faced? Like, Dennis, I know styles are different. It's kind of hard to say who's the toughest. But would you put him like in your top 3, top 4 most toughest opponents that you've been in the ring with?
I think he would be flirting with 3. In terms of in competition, he'd be flirting with 3.
Who's 1 and 2?
1 and 2 are Terrence Crawford and, believe it or not, Keith Thurman.
Oh, wow.
I know a lot of people, you probably would expect me to say Errol Spence Jr., but
I see like power maybe, or
no.
No, why Thurman so high?
People talk about the intelligence that Errol has. Keith is highly intelligent. You know,
And athletic, too, right?
I would be remiss if I didn't say the Welterweight podcast. He came on and he broke down to me how he broke down the fight before we got in the ring. I'm like, damn, like,
You were like,
all right, I just got to this level of intelligence. You've been there for a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, I feel people forget how good of a fighter Keith was. Because like now they just kind of, you know, they always
Keith's in a
mention-
position now where I think if anything we'll see his intelligence over anything else that he has to offer the boxing game. You know, we love the power, but at some point, if you're not focused on the power, you're not continuing to grow your power and things of that nature. That was Keith's thing, like since we were kids. And once that goes away, I've learned that as a pro, watching other pros. When you can't keep up with the hand speed or somebody stronger, here is where you win the fight. You know what I mean? So who do we see do it the most? Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah. Floyd during his time.
Yeah, I'm not saying Keith is
Sure.
Bernard, but you know, when we talk about some of the smarter boxers in the game, we should talk about Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
And I guess overall, just like any other fan out there, the winner of this, would you rather see him face Keith, Crawford,
Both. Keith, I know that, you know, it's hard for me to put bias aside, but even when I do that, I still think that Keith Thurman has, with any of those top 3 guys, amazing fights. And, you know, the list goes on. There's no secret that Terrence Crawford is the guy in a fight between Errol or Yordenis and Terrence Crawford will be amazing. Of course, we all been waiting on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford for a while. I would love to pepper in Keith Thurman. I think that those fights would be exciting too.
Yes. Thank you, Shawn.
Back to Batman.
Thank you, Shawn.
Yep.
Back to Batman talk.